So I wanted to share with you a great experience that we had in the Pantanal last year. We were out in the morning and found two jaguars right along the beach, not too far from camp, say about a 30-minute boat ride from the camp itself. When we found these cats, they were interacting and it looked like they could have been mating. So what we did is we decided to wait it out, and we had a little bit of patience, and that soon enough paid off. So while we sat with these jaguars, probably about 20 or 25 minutes in, the cats actually started approaching each other, and they ended up mating right in front of us and right out in the open. Now, we were pretty close to a beachy section, and they looked like they were heading that way. At the time that we found them, they were on a bank, and it wasn't too densely vegetated, but they certainly, visibility was a little bit obscured from time to time. But still, it was amazing because here we are in the Pantanal, in the heart of South America, with two jaguars that were actually mating. Now, our guide Ricardo has been in this area for a very long time. Ricardo has been doing safaris in the Pantanal since 2007, and he had been in the area since the late 90s. Studying the cats and doing habituation work with them, getting them used to the boats and people activity. And so even from his point of view, this was already a very special sighting because as the industry developed, which I'll speak more about in another video, the cats are getting more and more used to people to the extent that they are now engaging socially and even mating out in the open. Now for us, this was a pretty amazing view already on this bank, and seeing that they are mating. And generally, when these big cats mate, they don't move around too much, so they tend to stay within the same area for a couple of days as the mating and the courtship period progresses. So the next day we got some pretty good shots on that day, but the next day was when it all came together. Again, out very, very early in the morning, well before sunrise itself, and we were on our way to the same area, and true and behold, we found them on the beach, on that open sandy beach where we had hoped for them to move into. Right bang on the money, super lucky. We had a great position where our boat driver parked the boat, and that's when magic took place. So we spent quite a few hours, I think probably about, I can't speak under correction, 5 or 6 hours, many hours that day with this mating pair of cats. I mean, how special is that? How could you not? If you found jaguars, first of all, and then mating in the open on a beach such as this. To see the two interact was very interesting. First of all, the size is what just hits you smack bang in the face. These are massive animals. You can't help but compare a jaguar with a leopard, as seen in India and Africa. I've seen many leopards, many big leopards, big male leopards on safari before. But this was something else. Just to see them like this, so close for such a long period of time and so relaxed with us was special. And then you get to take in the size of them, the size of their heads, the bodies, the front legs, how wide the chest, that deep chest cavity. And to see that up close like that was very special. And then to still get the interaction and the mating, they were fierce. So this female wouldn't have any of it. And she clearly dominated the scene. And after every mating, she would jump up and she'd have a go at the male. I remember the one time it even played out in the water. So they were mating right on the edge. And after the mating, the female just jumped up, had a go at the male. The male jumped off her back into the water. Incredible scene. I didn't take photos. I actually took a video of it at the time, but it was like between should I video, should I photo? And I'm actually glad I did capture the video because it shows the intensity and the snarling and the speed at what this takes place. So we spent that whole entire day with these jaguars mating. And it was absolutely incredible. My guests loved it. I'm pretty sure it was one of the highlights of the whole safari. And then the next day we went back there, and that's when we saw an epic fight take place, guys. I've been on safari in Africa for many years. I've seen lions, I've seen leopards have a go at each other, but this was something special. I'm going to share more on that fight in the coming few days with you. I'll do a video and a little explanation and story behind it. But leading from the first day, finding them in a bit of a thicker area, to the second day, seeing them mating on the beach, to the third day, seeing the two male jaguars engage and fight within that same area. what a sighting. It's that thing, it's the kind of sighting and experience that wildlife photographers dream of and hope for when they come on these trips, let alone actually being able to see it and to be able to experience it. So what a sight. So yeah, I'm glad I could share this with you. I love the experience, love being able to share this with my guest. Ricardo, our local guide, was absolutely blown away by it, as he should have been. It was I think one of the best mating sequences and sightings that he's seen in over 20 years in the Pantanal, in over 20 years of working in the Pantanal. The Pantanal is very, very special. Anything can happen at any given time, and that's the beauty of it. There's such a density of jaguars, and this was just one of the sightings that proved how prolific and how great this place can be.